Bloomberg's New Economy Forum kicked off Monday with an all-star lineup of special guests. Two former leaders of the U.S. and the U.K., Bill Clinton and Tony Blair, discussed the challenges the Biden administration faces during the pandemic. Clinton says there's a desperate need to prioritize working together. Take a listen.
It should mean that the world recognizes if it's a global pandemic, the response to it has been pretty haphazard. Actually, the absence of global cooperation has been shocking, really. And my view is if we had cooperated together as a world, we'd probably be 2 or 3 months ahead of this. So where we are now. So I would have thought that most people would believe that since these global pandemics may be a thing of the future as well, it's very clear from the analyses that I've seen and the discussions I've had with various people in different countries, not just the UK, but also in the US, in Europe, people in China, indeed. The danger of pathogens such as this morphing into something that is going to be globally menacing is significant. So I think it would be very sensible if, as a result of this, we now looked at how we could improve the global architecture to make ourselves much more effective at dealing with this next time. So we're not scrabbling around for protective equipment, trying to get vaccines, therapeutics, tests. I mean, if you just take testing, for example, I mean, obviously everyone is now recognizing that testing, mass testing is an essential part of this. But you think if countries had come together and innovated to get more rapid tests instead of using the gold standard PCR test, or rapid tests right at the beginning, we could probably have developed them months ago instead of them just coming on stream now. So I think that every country will look after its own interests first in something like this in terms of protecting their people. But it's so obvious as a matter of enlightened self-interest that you would be much better off if countries came together when a global pandemic such as this hits, because it's global in nature and everyone's facing the same problem. And I guess, I don't know what you think about this, Bill, but I think the question really is, what are the differences to global architecture that are necessary? And do you think that the political will is there in order to be able to do this?
Well, we don't know yet, but I think so. I think the United States expressing its desire, or President-elect Biden expressing his desire and intention to immediately shelve the efforts to withdraw from the World Health Organization and to re-enter the Paris Climate Accord and do things that will put America back in the business of working with other countries. I think that will help. But I also think there are some practical things we can do that should engender widespread support. You know, the most important success, arguably, in global investment in the last 20 years has been the broad-scale commitment to public health. From President Bush's PEPFAR program to the Global Fund on AIDS, TB, and Malaria, to Gavi, to, you name it. And we ought to have a global network of supply stockpiles for these emergencies. The big countries, of course, need their own. But I remember in the 90s when I set up the first stockpile designed to deal with biological as well as chemical and other problems. It was in its infancy. It was a new idea, but it's been modernized and it's gone up and gone down. It's not had consistent support. But everybody knows now that America was humiliated, basically leaving the States, rattling a tin cup and competing against one another, trying to get basic PPE. So I don't think we'll do that again. I think we will support what is necessary for ourselves, and then we need to support the WHO or whatever the designated supervisory entity is in setting these up regionally around the world so we don't have this again. We'll have the capacity to produce quickly and to distribute quickly and in an equitable way.
That was Bill Clinton and Tony Blair speaking together Monday for the Bloomberg New Economy Forum.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quicktake now for insight in an instant.